dream weaver. Da da bum ba da ba 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 bum bum. Okay, where did I? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Mini Medicine Card Readings. I am Patrick, your friendly neighborhood shaman, and I am a little behind, a little flustered. I just now got home. I apologize for starting a little bit late. But I was down at the river most of the day, and it took me longer to get home than planned. So, but just like a wizard, a shaman is never early or never late. They just get there when they mean to. So we are on time. Welcome, come on in. I'm still kind of getting myself organized. So just got home. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Look, Mr. Rogers. Okay. Take a deep breath. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to start over. I apologize for starting a little bit late. I was down at the river doing ceremony and stuff, and got delayed. I always forget to leave it. It seems like I'm always there until rush hour. I don't mean to do that, but it seems to always happen. And so it took me a little longer to get home than I had planned. And so I came in, whiz, whirl, bam, and now we're here. So welcome. Awesome. Okay, so for those who are new here, the way this works, we have a couple people already. You got Kim and Anna. And what we do, I have the medicine card deck. If you've seen it, a lot of people have seen this deck. A lot of people, oh yeah, I used to have that one. I never did anything with it because I couldn't figure out how to use it or whatever. But so anyone, the first 5 people to say yes in the comments get a 1 card reading. And the reason I do 5 is because then at the end, once we've done the individual readings, I will take those 5 cards and do a group reading. If you were to come to me for like one-on-one for a card reading, the spread I use is a 5-card spread. And so I like to take those individual threads of the individual readings we do and then weave them together into a community reading to kind of see how all of our individual medicine fits into the whole and to see how we are doing as a whole. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, I'm hoping to expand it a little bit. I have been actually exploring TikTok lately. So if you haven't followed me on TikTok, I actually am getting to the point where I'm getting more videos on TikTok than I am on YouTube. But I'm really not a techie, so I'm going to try to start posting some of those TikTok videos onto my YouTube channel as shorts or whatever. But I've been posting at least 1 video a day, and they're not your typical YouTube videos. I think most YouTube videos are like a minute or less, and mine tend to be 4 to 5 to 10 minutes long. So just to prepare yourselves. Hi, Sylvia. Yes, absolutely. Um, so yeah, so subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on well, follow me on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. And if you enjoy what I do, the energy I have, the readings and guidance I give, whatever it is, or if you enjoy my videos, um, and you would like to work with me one-on-one, we can arrange that. You can check out my website at perchingwolfstudios.net. And I'm going to pull this in a little bit there. So, hi. Um, and on my website, you can learn more about me. You can see the different shamanic services I offer, readings and healings and teachings. Oh my. In fact, this Thursday, in 2 days, no, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days. It's been a weird day. 3 days, Thursday the 4th, from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or longer, depends on, we'll see how many people show up. But if you donate anything to my Venmo or PayPal, which I'll have in the description under here incidentally, you will get either on Thursday, it'll be a Facebook Live, and you can get a choice. No matter how much you can give like $1, you can give $1,000, whatever your little heart decrees. And for whatever you get, whatever you give, what you get back in return is either a 3-card reading with the medicine cards, a 5-minute energy healing, or you can ask a question. I will do my best to explain spiritual things. So that's our readings, our readings, our healings, and our teachings, right? So, and it's fun. I haven't done it for a couple of years, but things have been a little bit tight lately, and I could use a little bit of extra. So instead of just please, please, I thought, well, I've got skills I can give, and in that spirit of reciprocity, you can help me out as well. So check that out. It's called the Shamanathon. If you see that, I've got the event thing on my Facebook page. It's me with the 2 Manamana creatures, because it's like Shamanathon, 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 So come and join me. It's a lot of fun. It helps me out. Hopefully it will help you out as well. And if you enjoy yourself tonight, like I said, my PayPal and Venmo will be in the description under the video. Anything you give is greatly, greatly accepted. This is my day job, so this is where I make my living. And so when people actually support me in what I do, it's just like, holy crap. But it comes with such gratitude. And it helps me to be able to focus on more videos, more classes, more everything, right? So it's an investment. So thank you for that. What else was I going to say? I don't remember. But if you're just coming on and you're new here, I will repeat that part, that how this works. I've got 2 spots left. If you want a 1-card medicine card reading, all you need to do is say yes in the comments. The first 5 people will get a 1-card medicine card reading. So I've got 2 spots left. So we're going to go ahead. I keep feeling like there's something else I was supposed to say. Can't remember. So we'll just go ahead and start and see what comes up, and maybe I'll remember later. So thank you for joining me. Oh, and please share this video. I know, like I put on the, like if you've seen my thing on Facebook, when I post, well, like we could all use a little guidance right now. So if you know anyone that would need some guidance, please share the video, because if you are watching this on replay, if you're not live and you don't get a specific card, you can still play along, because all you need to do is choose a number between 1 and 5 and then pay attention to that card. Because the way Spirit works, like if you found yourself watching this, whether live or afterwards, you know, something called you to watch, and then if you choose a number, that number popped in for some reason, and Spirit is not linear. So even if you're watching this a year from now, 10 years from now, you choose that number, and I promise that even though it might have been aimed at someone else, there will be some message in there for you. Something will resonate. Something will be the information that you needed. So, oh, give me one more second here. I need to, I forgot my charger when I went down to the river. And so my phone's still pretty good, but I want to plug it in just to make sure I don't lose the, shoot. Okay. Oh well. We might have a short one tonight, depending on how long my phone lasts. Looks like I can't plug it in right now. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start. So our first card is for Kim. And let's see what we get. And actually, if there's the last few weeks, or actually the last couple of months, there haven't been, I think there's been just a few that have actually been 5 cards, because I think people are busy in the summertime, people are gone, people are doing other things, so we might only have 3 cards tonight, which is fine. But I hate to have someone choose number 5 and then, okay, that's number 3, we're done. But I try to remember to include that in the description after the fact. If we do less than 5, I try to put it in there, but I don't always remember. All right, Kim. I've been thinking about you, Kim. I hope you're doing okay. Okay. You know what I forgot to do? I told you I'm a little scattered. And this will help. First thing I'm going to do is set sacred space. So I'm going to drum and call in the elements and the spirits to hold sacred space, hold a higher vibration around us, so that because we know we're being watched over, that means that we can let down our own armor, our own shields, and open up for the messages, for the blessings, and all of that is coming to us from Spirit. So, spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Oh. All right, that feels so much better. I hope you feel that too. I know when I set sacred space that I can, well, you heard that huge sigh, right? As soon as I set sacred space, I can always breathe better. Okay, so now moving on to card number 1 for Kim. Yeah, that feels so much better. I think I didn't have a chance. I think I need to do some clearing and cord cutting myself because there were there were some people down at the river where I was, and I think I might have picked up some energy. That's part of why I'm so scattered, but I didn't have a chance to do that before the video, so I'll ask my guides to help take care of that while we're doing the readings. Okay. Cool. All right, Kim. The first card, I need to write down what they are so I can find them afterwards, but card number 1 for Kim is Jaguar. Jaguar is about integrity. If you have been wondering, I know that you've been dealing with a lot of different situations in your life. I know you've been dealing with new things, etc. And if you've been wondering, you have been doing so within your integrity. You have been making the right choices. You have been staying within your power, setting boundaries. And when you do that, who's going to challenge you, right? Look at those eyes. And it reminds me, a couple of weeks ago, was it a couple of weeks? God, time is so weird. I mentioned I went to, I was at a Sundance ceremony, a Lakota Sundance ceremony. And one of my big revelations, and this sounds so basic, and it's something that, we're told all the time, but it didn't really sink in. I realized that my biggest weaknesses were the places where I personally felt self-doubt or inadequate or not good enough, right? And it didn't really have to do with what was coming at me. It was like what I was putting out, right? Because if you have some self-doubt or you're not confident or whatever, that kind of leaves this little hole. You're not shining your full light outward, right? And so there'll be little holes, and nature abhors a vacuum. I know my apartment does, but gives a little space for some things to come in that don't belong, right? And so when you have self-doubt, that kind of opens the door for things in the outer world that reflect that self-doubt to come in and get a hook into you, right? It's those places where we have a hole that things can hook into us, whether it's intentional or not, right? And so this is about being confident no matter what. Like, even if you're unsure of yourself, even if you're unsure what you're supposed to do next, be confident that you are in the right place at the right time, that you are being guided, right? And that you cannot make a wrong turn. You cannot make a wrong decision. When you are in your confidence, not an egoic, I'm better than everyone else confidence, but in that confidence of just being, what's a good word for that? Integrity, right? When you are completely yourself, when there's no power struggle, either feeling better than or not as good as, then you're shining your light and you're coming from your heart. And when you come from your heart, I've talked about this before. Your heart is what connects you to Creator, number one, right? So what your heart feels, that's the voice. That's the still small voice they talk about. That is the voice of God, the voice of Creator. Um, Number two, when you feel a certain nudge in a certain way, or you feel a desire or a passion or whatever it is um, in your heart is also what connects you to all of humanity. And so your heart has already done all the calculations. Your heart has taken every single person on the planet into consideration and is giving you the green light to do what is best for everyone. Because when we all do better, we all do better, right? Um, and when you do your best, when you are your best, you can do no harm, right? Because God, there's so many things so many different directions I could go in, but okay, my guides keep pushing the. Um, when I was doing a soul retrieval on this person one time, um, one of the power animals that came back to help this person was a dragon. So I was talking to the dragon, asking how he was going to help this person. What was it that called him to this person to be a helper? And one of the things he said was to help with self-confidence, self-worth, because as he explained it to me, a lot of times dragons are seen as arrogant and boastful, right? Like they're better than everybody. Like, everyone thinks they're conceited and narcissistic because they think they're so much better than everyone else. And what this dragon told me was that that's not true. It's just that dragons realize their self-worth. Dragons realize their value. They're not better than anyone else. They just recognize their value and they act accordingly. And then if others are looking up at them saying, oh, they're so much better, that's a projection. And it doesn't affect the dragon, but everyone else thinks that it's the other people with their feelings of inadequacy and a lack of self-confidence, etc., that see that, says, oh my God, I am so not that. So it's about knowing your worth, knowing that you are worthy, that you are enough. Full stop, period. You are enough. There is nothing you have to do. There is nothing you have to give up. There is nothing, you're like, started with Mr. Rogers, right? You're perfect just the way you are. And every day is special just by you being you. There are no other requirements. You are born in this world and you will die. What happens in between that, those two things, is open. There's nothing you need to do. There's no curriculum. There's no requirements. There's no anything. All you need to do is live. And when you're on your path, that's living with that integrity, right? Being all of what you are, right? The jaguar doesn't ask permission. She is the queen of the jungle, right? She's apex predator. So when her heart tells her to take down a deer or whatever, she just boom. It's not there. There's no overthinking. There's no considering. It's like heart says it, boom, we act, right? Um, and when she does that, it's like that's for her highest good. But the deer that she has chosen to prey upon are the slowest, the weakest, the oldest, the sickest. She takes down the ones that are slowing down and in a way endangering the herd. So by seeing to her own needs, she is actually strengthening and empowering the herd. You know, I've mentioned this before. If you're like, if the deer had their own mythology, right? Jaguar would be like the devil, and you got to watch out because the devil's going to get you, kind of thing. When in actuality, that's their perspective. But in actuality, Jaguar is actually aiding them in becoming the strongest and the fastest that they can be. Um, it's kind of like the whole thing with the reintroduction of wolves into Yellowstone Park, right? Without wolves, without a predator, the park was in such bad ecological shape. It's like the herds of the deer and the elk and the buffalo, etc., were like all over the place. There was sickness running through the herds. The foliage, the plants were over foraged, and without the chance to recover because of the numbers of the herd, and because they would just forage any place, and they would cross the rivers any place, which means that the banks of the river lost their integrity, and which meant that trees couldn't grow very well on the shores of the rivers, which means that the fish couldn't find shade and coolness in the summer sun. And so it affected everything. And as soon as the wolves came back, the herds were thinned out of the ones carrying disease and the ones that were too slow or whatever, which made the deer forage in certain areas, and they only crossed the rivers in certain areas. And so the other foliage was able to recover. The rivers actually were able to reclaim their banks so that plants and trees and shrubs, etc., could grow on the banks of the river, which gave more shade for the fish so that they could prosper, etc., etc., etc. So if it is for your highest good, it is for the highest good of everyone. And as the apex predator, as it's the predators that are the maintenance people of the ecosystem. They decide who lives and who dies, right? And the same thing, you have dominion over your own life. You decide who gets to stay in your life and who must leave your life. Or what situations no longer suit you, all of that stuff. It's like you are in charge. And it on the surface, it's like, oh, you can't do that to why have you cut me out of your life? What blah blah blah, right? But if you are moving in one direction and there's other people that are not supporting that direction, or they're kind of dragging their feet, they're causing you to slow down, it's like they are not supportive of you, then it's best for you to let go of that group or whatever. And it's better for them too, because they're living off of siphoning your energy. They're not self-sustaining, and they are taking some of your energy, and by allowing them to stay in your life, you are making the choice to allow them to do that. And so it's either a win-win or nobody wins. So by claiming your own place at the top of the food chain of your own life, everybody benefits. And the fact that she came in like first card is like, it's so powerful, right? It's like, cats are like leadership. They're independent. They don't seek counsel from others. They know, because it's an inner knowing. It's not like I have to do this and then I have to do that because that's the rules, or that's the guidelines we've been given, blah blah blah. They live by a higher standard, right? It's like that one saying about how religious people tend to do what they're told, whether it's good or bad, and spiritual people tend to do what's right no matter what they're told. So it's kind of like um, Robin Hood, right? He's an outlaw, but he was doing good. He was doing the right thing. But because what was best for him and best for his community took him outside the law, right? He was an outlaw. But everything he did was right. It's the same kind of thing. Some places you might fit into people's ideas of what's right and wrong, and other places you might not fit into that. But that's not up to you. That is you, when you are your full, powerful self, you are giving that choice back to others on how they will receive that. You're not in charge of how people receive you. You're just in charge of the presentation. And even if people, gnash their teeth or whatever, if you're doing what's best for you, it's best for them as well. And it might take them a while to understand that, but by doing what's best for you, you are demonstrating for them something that eventually, you're planting a seed that eventually will germinate, and they'll be like, oh my God, I didn't have the eyes to see it back then, but I got that lesson a long time ago. So again, this is kind of a congratulations, because you have been walking your talk. You have been stepping into your power, making clear decisions that are best for you, prioritizing yourself rather than prioritizing, oh, what will they think, or what will they do? The world doesn't need more people who are going to toe the line. The world needs more people who are passionately themselves and following their passions and their dreams. That is what is going to save the world. Okay? And you got it. You're doing it. That's awesome. All right, card number 2 for Anna. If anyone's come in the meantime, I still have a couple of spots open. We might have a short evening tonight. Hi, Kit Kat. Missy, you're... This is my assistant, Kira, who is sitting right exactly where I was putting the cards. What's up, Missy? This is Kira. Okay. I just fed her and she wants more food. Okay, so, Anna. If we have a short night too, that's okay, because I have to go make a deposit in the river. I have a stone I need to return to the river tonight before I go to bed. So I still need to go to the river after this. The river is my bank. I made a withdrawal of a stone, and now I have to return that. Or library, actually. I like that better. Awesome. All right, card number 2 for Anna is elk. Stamina. Right down that. Well, actually, number 1, like those antlers, those tall antlers, they're like antenna, like open, I was going to say sky chakra, crown chakra. you are open, you are receiving the downloads, you are receiving um, the energy, the information, you are receiving spirit. And you've been receiving, it's like you've been in it for the long haul, right? It's like this isn't just a short one-off, whatever you're doing. I know you're doing your um, your own YouTube channel, your own YouTube videos, which is awesome. Everyone check out Reflection Connection Growth, her YouTube channel. But it's the stamina, like, and it's kind of one of those things that builds. It's like it's almost like kangaroo medicine. Um, and since it's so funny because sometimes, like, it's a different animal that wants to come forward, but there's a limited amount of animals in this deck, and so it'll like pick one that is the closest they can get, and but then they kind of guide me to that. So it's like kangaroo. Um, Kangaroos are incapable of going backwards. Um, they can only move forward. And when they get to moving, when they get to hopping, they're very fast. And it's like the way their bodies work, it's like a spring that is self-propelling. It's like a perpetual motion machine in a way, because as they're moving, they're gaining energy so that they can keep going and going and going. Maybe the Energizer should have gotten a kangaroo rather than a rabbit, you know. Um, but it's like the more you're stepping in, the more you are doing what you love, the more energy you are getting to do the long haul, and it's going to get easier and easier as you continue to move. Hi, Jade. It's so funny. We were just talking about kangaroo. You're from Australia. Welcome. That's so funny. I love those synchronicities. Actually, the card is elk, but it's North American animals, and so this was like one of the closest things that kangaroo could get. And so, yeah, so it's like one thing that one of my guides, I've been talking about Mr. Rogers, right? Mr. Rogers is actually one of my spirit guides. And one of the things he told me from early on when I first met him was, your spiritual pedometer does not have a reverse. Every step is a step forward. So even if you're tripping over your own feet, even if it feels like you're going backwards, every step is a step forward. And the more you trust that, right, plugged in, those antenna plugged into spirit, the more spirit will carry you. Hi, Monica. Um, so keep doing what you're doing. Keep going and know that you are not alone, that you are being carried. It might feel like you're doing it, but it's like that when you're living your passion, when you're living from your heart. It's like it's what they mean in the Tao Te Ching when it talks about without doing anything, nothing is left undone, because these things just happen naturally. It's like with art, like me as an artist, when I'm doing art, I lose all track of time, and it's just effortless, right? And it's the same thing because I'm following my heart. I'm tuning in to my greater self, whatever you want to call it, and it's coming through me more than me creating it. You are not creating, you are the co-creator. You are giving shape and form to spirit. And when you get going, like I was talking about once time, like how wolves predators tend to be sprinters, right? They rely on an initial burst of speed, burst of energy. And if they don't take down their prey within that first burst, then they're done. And so elk's strongest medicine is that ability to run, 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 run. Hi, Daro. Awesome. I got you down, Daro. And I was telling a client that one time doing a reading, and I'm watching that scene unfold, like across the table I was at, right? Like horizontally, it's like the wolves and the elk getting further and further ahead of the wolves, right? All of a sudden that visual flipped vertically, and I realized it's about frequency. The wolves can only go so high. The wolves cannot sustain a higher frequency, but when elk gets going, elk can keep that frequency up here. And so it's like the more you embrace that your greater self, the trust, spirit that everything is going to work out, the higher frequency you get, so that eventually the wolves are not a factor. The wolves, you can't even hear them anymore. You're like way ahead doing what you do. Okay, so gosh, I wish I knew where my. Give me 1 second. I need to see if I can. I don't think my phone is going to last. And I don't have my extension. Okay. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Take a small break. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Woo! All right. my where I am, my charger cord won't reach all the way to the wall, so I have to utilize my laptop as my charger and plug my phone into my laptop, because I can make my laptop plug into the wall, and then my phone can tap into my laptop. Gotta be resourceful. Woohoo! All right, we did it. All right. So I hope that helps, Anna. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. It's going to get easier. The more you go, the further you go, the more energy you're going to have. Just keep saying yes to spirit. Keep saying yes to the dream, to the passion. Okay. All right. And we officially have our 5 people. Yay! So, card number 3 is for Sivia. They tell me to keep shuffling. Da, da, All right. So card number 3 for Sivia. Oh, Jade, you're the next card after this one, and I'll pull you a card, and if that comes up, I promise I will tell you. Okay. I'm not technically a medium, but in my work I have done mediumistic things, so we'll see what happens. Okay. Um, I actually was learning. I don't know if you've heard of Lisa Williams, but I took a number of classes with Lisa Williams before. She's amazing. So card number 3 for Sivia is Mountain Lion in reverse. Interesting that we have Jaguar and Mountain Lion. And the Mountain Lion is in reverse. Mountain Lion is about leadership, right? It's about finding your voice. It's about that expression, right? Setting boundaries. Mountain lions are very territorial. You're welcome, Anna. I hope that helps. Mountain lions are very territorial, and they have huge territories, like 30 miles. I've been told 30 miles or so is a typical mountain lion territory. But the thing is, they tend to just walk the perimeter of that. So you can have a whole bunch of cougars in the same area, and they never actually interact because they're busy. They're walking the perimeter of this 30-mile territory. But again, there's so many things about mountain lion that are similar to jaguar, right? Top of the food chain, apex predator. Doesn't need to ask permission, doesn't have to ask opinions. And mountain lion, partially because she carries, the lion name. She's like the American lion. And lion is the king of beasts, even though it's actually the female lions that are in charge. There's this thing of royalty. There's this thing of claiming your royalty. And I think like even like in the picture, mountain lion is hissing, or the thing about cats, the mountain lion is the largest cat that still purrs. Cats can either purr or they can roar. It's something with the throat, I think. But if you purr, you can't roar. If you roar, you can't purr. Which I've seen videos of lions or tigers purring and stuff. So, but officially, mountain lion is the largest cat that purrs. And so they're technically a large cat, yet they embody the small, like the more domestic cat, as being, it's having the ferocity and the fierceness of a large cat, and still able to be the roly-poly kitten when they need to be. And those teeth, right? The hiss or the cry or the yell, whatever is the right word to label what they do, is a communication. It's a language, right? And those teeth, that's not to threaten you and tell, like, it's not to avoid, it's not to initiate conflict. The teeth, the hiss, all of that stuff is communication to avoid conflict, right? You see that, you back away. And so it's really about setting those boundaries, not being afraid to raise your voice, not being afraid to let your teeth or let your claws show, right? Um, and it's that strength and that ability, that ferocity that keeps you safe, kind of like the seed casing that allows the softer part of the seed to, to flourish, right? And so like mountain lion can still be the fierce big cat, you know, and you don't want to, you don't want to happen upon a mountain lion in the woods somewhere, um, unless you know them personally. Um, but at the same time, they can be the roly-poly kitten, you know, um, the soft and playful, and so it's the hard. It's a kind of a balance between the masculine energy and the feminine. Um, in that more masculine part of the fierceness. And I'm not. I kind of. I don't know how comfortable I am with what I just said, because women, like the feminine, is fierce too. In fact, it's more fierce than the men. But it's that. So to let go of that part, but it's the fierceness that creates the space for the softness to happen. It's because of the fierceness, because of the strength, because of the confidence, um, that the space is created to allow mountain lion to be playful, to be soft, to not always have to be in charge. Um, as far as like always on the hunt, always doing this, always doing that. It's got a place for rest and stillness, and a place for action and um, interaction. So, um, and it can be not only, okay, give me a second. The guys are talking to me. It's not necessarily an outward thing either between you and other people. This is about bringing strength inwardly to face your own inner demons, to face your own fears and your own anxieties. Um, and speaking as someone who used to have, I went through a whole decade of extreme anxiety and panic attacks and such. And the thing that makes those worse is the resistance. It's like when you feel like an anxiety attack coming on, you tend to like tighten down, no, 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 no. And you tighten down to try to like be as small as you can and tight as you can so that it won't get in. But it's coming from within you, so that is pointless, number one. Number two, that only gives more strength and energy to the anxiety. And so the best thing to do that I found was to surrender, not to resist it. And it's to have that presence of mind, that leadership to know this is not this. Okay, how do I put this? This thing that is occurring right now is not truly, it is not, I am not going to die. I've experienced before. It's not going to kill me. Um, and so it's like the teeth, and it's not like, it's not attacking it. It's not resisting it. It's not pushing against it. It's standing your ground saying, I am divine. I am the queen of my jungle, the queen of my forest. I see this for what it is. It cannot pass, it cannot come into my knowingness. I know what's going on, and so I can allow it to, like the wind, to blow past me. I might get cold in the wind, but I'm not going to fight the wind, right? And so it's like standing your ground, as hard as it may be. Um, but it is kind of like, um, we were just talking about this the other night about, like, I know that some athletes, especially I keep thinking like in Hawaii, etc. They'll get a great big rock. They'll carry a great big rock into the water so that they sink to the bottom of the bay or the lagoon or whatever, and then they run underwater with this rock. The rock keeps them down there so they can, get a foothold on the bottom, and then they run underwater because the extra workout they get from pushing by holding the rock and by pushing against the pressure of the water, um, they become the ratio of um, time they spend exercising, et cetera, to the payout and how much stronger they get, um, totally is totally greater than if you were just running on the street. Does that make sense? Or like some people train at higher altitudes because the air, specifically because the air is thinner. And so when they're running in a thinner atmosphere, their lungs have to work harder. And so they get more payout for what they're doing than they would at sea level. And it's kind of like that's what's going on right now, is that the strength that's coming to you is facing those feelings that are coming, facing like the traumas or whatever that are coming at you, and allowing them. It's like standing your place. It's not about you against them. It's about you standing your ground and allowing them to be as well. And by not resisting them, they blow past you. If you resist, it's going to last longer, right? Does that make sense? Um, it's about, even in the midst of that, and I'm speaking from from experience, and I know how difficult this is. But from experience, I know that surrender is always like, okay. One of my main spirit guides, kind of my matron goddess that I work with, is Artemis, the huntress, queen of the wild. She's like the goddess of wild places and wild things. And one thing that she is constantly telling me over and over and over is, don't give up, just surrender. Don't give up. Most people think surrender means giving up. It's like, oh, and but it's like that not giving up. That is the standing your ground. That is the moving forward through the heavy, heavy winds. But surrendering to the circumstances, knowing that they are making you stronger, right? Kind of like that Nietzsche thing about what doesn't kill me only makes me stronger. And that's true if you can utilize anything. Whatever is happening to you in any moment is the path. And how you respond to it is your growth. I keep having all these things coming out of my mouth tonight, and then I have to like pause, like, is that true? But it is true. Whatever is in front of you is the path. And Spirit will use whatever is in front of you to bring you home. You are always one breath, one thought away from enlightenment. No matter what is in front of you, like another channel I used to follow, Bartholomew, he used to say that no matter whatever it is God. Because Spirit knows who you really are. Spirit knows what it takes for you to remember that divineness, that strength, the glory of who you really are as spirit having a human experience, not human having a spiritual experience. So if it is in your path, you can handle it. If you are coming face to face with something, you can trust that automatically that you can handle it. It wouldn't be there otherwise. You are greater than anything you could ever fear. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that's encouraging. If nothing else, I want to be encouraging because I've been there. I have, like I said, a decade. I went through an entire decade of really bad anxiety, like on a daily basis. Sometimes I think back and I'm still not sure how I survived it, but I did. And it was like, um, I would never willingly choose to go back into that. But at the same time, I am so grateful for that experience because it's become the wisdom. At one point, um, it was so bad, I had to go back to my parents' house and live with them for a couple months to let things settle. And I was asking one of my guides at the time, like, what the hell's going on? Why is this happening? I know better. I should be able to see through this, that this isn't real, that there's no, the feelings are real, but the reasoning behind what's causing the feelings is not real, is not true, I should say. And my guide said, what you're experiencing is not your own stuff. Not all of it, anyway. And he said that I was carrying the energy of the people in the future who I would help through similar circumstances. And, at first thought, it could be this, why the hell do I have to carry everyone else's crap, right? And like, oh my God, and I could see where people might make that like weigh more upon them. But in a way that like eased my weight because like I can handle my own stuff. And with carrying everyone else's stuff, the way I saw it, I saw this vision of all these people from my future, kind of like my present, my future now, the people that I'm helping, actually reaching back through time and giving me their hand to draw me forward through this experience so that I had the wisdom and the compassion of going through that to be able to more deeply help others in the future. So in a way that was it helped me because I knew there were others. Number one, I knew I was going to survive it because there were other people on the other side of this that were calling me forward, who are needing my help and my experience from this experience, if that makes sense. And so I knew I was going to make it through it because there were other people waiting for me on the other side that were manifesting, like in their present, which was my future at that time, they were manifesting me to go through this experience so that I would be the right one at the right place to give them the right encouragement and help to get through what they were going through. Does that make sense? I don't know if sometimes I'm not sure my words convey what I'm trying to say, but there is purpose in everything. Everything has purpose. And you can only, like the other cards, you can only move forward, okay? I hope that is helpful. All right, Jade, you are up. Card number 4 for Jade. And we'll see if your mother... Your mother's here. Did, give me a second. I just keep seeing hearts. And again, like when I'm doing like medium stuff or whatever, I always, it's kind of like, oh, sure, that's what you're going to say because that's what people want to hear or whatever. But she is so proud of you. You are so welcome, Kim. I'm glad you were able to hear it. Jade, she is so proud of you. Sometimes it's so hard to translate from spirit. But what I see her doing, it's like she's wrapping you in this blanket of love and softness and soothingness, trying to take away all the hard edges to let you know that you are held, that you are loved, that you are watched over. I just got chills like crazy. You are safe. And she hasn't gone anywhere. It's like it's almost like her heart is so big. It's just like that's all she is love. And that all you need to do to know that she is there is to call her, and you will feel her arms around you. You will feel, you can ask for a physical sign that she is there. You might feel a little brush against your cheek, or little it might feel like a little kiss. You might feel her arms around you, but know that she is always with you, that she is always holding you, that no matter what is going on, that she is with you and that she is surrounding you, and that you're gonna be okay, that you are safe, okay? And Kim, I kind of saw the message that you just retracted. We can do that anytime, Kim. I would be happy to see if your father would come through. Just let me know, and I would be happy to do that for you. Okay, Jade, so let's see what card. And she says that she's happy. As soon as I said that, I saw her spinning like a ballerina. She is happy. She is complete. She has no regrets. and she will be waiting for you when it's finally your time. Years from now. Okay. Okay. All right. Give me a second. I need to shift. Thank you. I need to kind of shift out of that medium space to reading space. All right. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Kim. She is always with you. And grandmother spider weaving that web. Spider lives on the leading edge of creativity. We talk about like creating your reality and all that kind of thing. It's like Spider is such a great exemplar of that, because some spiders will take down their web every night and build a whole new web in the morning. Like they are constantly creating their world. And the world that they create, the webbing literally comes out of them. So they are their world. And so you have so much, what do I want to call it? Freedom and choice and, you know, the web is at the same time the protector and the provider for Spider. Because she's the one who spun the web. She knows which threads are sticky, which ones are safe to walk on, and her web keeps her safe. Is like protects her from kind of like if you think about the dream catcher, right, with the web, and it's like the good dreams pass through, and the bad dreams get caught in that web, and then they drip down through the feather or whatever's hanging from the dream catcher. I don't know if you knew that. I have no dream catchers within reach. But it's that web, right? It's kind of like the netting, like in a fish net, like certain fish can get through, but it catches other fish. And so it's like that webbing, your world, certain things cannot approach you because they can't fit through the net. And only the good things can come to you. And kind of like what I was just saying, it's like whatever's in front of you is the path. And anything in front of you, you can handle. Because it's resonance, it's frequency, like Albert Einstein talked about. You know, the universe is energy, the universe is frequency. And like frequencies attract like frequencies. So if it is in your life, it is something you can handle. It has to be. That is law of physics. And so by being yourself and putting yourself out there, right, you are actually, at the same time, it's protecting you and providing you with what you need. And this, I think this is interesting, because when I'm doing readings for people, I'm learning just as much as other people are, because I have never said that before in a reading. That is the first time I have ever said those words. about Spider. And along with that, something else I have never brought up before that my guides are telling me is to remember the number 8, right? Her body is shaped like an 8. She's got 8 legs. She's got 8 eyes. And 8 is infinity, right? You are so well taken care of. You are so beloved. You are so watched over. You can do anything. You can create worlds. You've got the eyes to see everything. You've got the legs to carry you. Your son was born 8/8/2008. That is so awesome. 8/8/8. 8 eyes, 8 legs, figure 8 body. But there are so many creation myths, like we've all heard about the web of life, like through Native American stories and such. And like, who do you think we wove the web of life? It's like Grandmother Spider is the one that weaves things together. And by the same token, like, okay, when you are building your worlds, it's like attach your worlds to those things that support you, right? Spider attaches her web to the things. I was going to say stable, but like she might have it in the branches of a tree that are kind of like wobbling around or whatever. But at the same time, it's like there's this strength to support her and her web, her world. A spider doesn't attach her web to things that are just gonna, cause her web to. And so it's like pay attention to what you connect to, what threads you tie, like what things you connect your threads to, and don't be afraid to cut the threads to things that don't support you. You are in charge, and you get to decide what threads, what attaches to you in your life. And if it doesn't work for you, you cut that thread, because if it's not working for you, it's not working for them either. So, and think about Charlotte's Web. It's like you can do anything in your web. Do you write? Are you a writer? That's coming through really strong too. It's like, according to the stories and the legends and stuff, we first learned writing from Spider by the patterns in her web. And like, if you look at the Norse runes especially, those are like, you could find Norse runes in a spider web. It's like, we learned writing. We learned that expression. We learned how to put words to feelings and the symbology, right? Runes aren't just this is A, this is B, this is C. There's myths and stories behind each character. Each character is a story. And so it's like writing your stories, keeping track of your own language, which is your story, your tales, and expressing those. The world needs to hear your voice. I hear you. I like to journal. I kind of like to write too, but it's like every now and then. But you might, like, give yourself a week, just 1 week, and prioritize that you're going to sit down and write something every single day for 1 week. and then see how that feels. And if you can get kind of like, there's so many threads running through all these cards tonight. It's amazing. But it's like once you start that thread, once you open that door to that writing, I think the world, I keep hearing, the world needs to hear your voice. The world needs to hear your stories. So be like Charlotte, right? Some pig. That'll do, pig. Right. Because it's that I was just talking to my mom this morning about that kind of thing, and she's an artist too, and it's like creativity is the answer to so many things, because when you can create something, it's coming from out of you, number one, and it's expanding the world in ways that have never been done before. You have a unique voice, you have a unique perspective, and by expressing that, you are allowing that into the world and inspire others to find their own voice. You wrote a poem for your mom's funeral. That's so awesome. When we have that talent, that creative calling, we're told to shut it down. It's like, oh, that's not real, or that you can't make money at it. That's just a hobby or whatever. Screw all of that, okay? Prioritize it. It doesn't have to be number one, but prioritize it as much as even like putting on your calendar every day, like 15 minutes or half hour or hour, that this is my writing time and nothing else happens. Nothing else gets priority. Someone calls and say, hey, are you doing something? It's like, yes, I am. I have an appointment right now. You don't have to tell them what it is, what you're doing, but that is as important as like a doctor's appointment. Yes, I have an appointment every day at 3:00, whatever it is, and you sit and you write. And whatever you write is perfect, right? It doesn't have to be specific. It doesn't have to be one thing. It can be just a stream of consciousness, just to kind of get that channel open. And pretty soon, it's going to be automatic, because it's those creative channels that we were brought here to open. Your gift doesn't come from physical manual labor. Your gift to the universe, the gift to the world, to humanity, comes from what is uniquely yours to give, right? And like I said, she's the creator of the universe. She's the creator of the web of life. And because of how you see things and your unique perspective, you are able to weave things together that no one else has ever connected, right? So you can put things in ways that resonate with people, and thoughts that they never would have had on their own, but it opens them up to receive that creativity as well, right? And using, poems and art and writing, etc., it helps to sidestep the logical mind and go straight to the heart, right? You can't logic your way through poetry. You have to open up and receive it for it to make sense. It will never make sense logically, but in your heart, the words just give your mind something to chew on while you're receiving the actual meaning to it in your heart. So, and she is so proud of you. So proud of you. So I hope that is helpful. I just got chills. Your mom is saying she loves you so much. You are so very welcome. Oh my God, I'm getting all teary. It is this is the perks of my job. This is why I am here. This is what I love. So Okay. Oh, I better write that down. All right, one more card. We've got Darrow, number 5. Need to remember to keep some Kleenex by me. Oh man, thank you for, thank you as well, Jade, for allowing me the space to stretch myself as well. I don't normally do that I don't normally do that mediumistic stuff, but it definitely is a part of my work. So thank you to you for bringing that up and allowing me to practice. All right, Darrow. Okay, they're saying big shuffle. All right, Darrow. Oh, hi, Bob. Darrow, card number 5 is Beaver. Beaver is the visionary of the animal kingdom. Who is it? Oh, Darrow. Okay. Hi, Darrow. You logged in a different account. Awesome. Good. I'm glad you're still here. So, Beaver is the visionary, as well as the engineer and the industrialist, right? But where other animals just see trees and bushes and shrubs, Beaver sees dams and lodges and stuff, right? And so he can see what can be done with the resources rather than just seeing what's in front of him. It's very shamanic, right? It's like a shaman's job is to go to the other world to get a vision or get energy or whatever, to see what can be done and to bring that back to the physical world. And so the thing is that when you have desires or passions or dreams, those are gifts from the universe as your compass. And if you can, like they say all the time, like with manifesting and law of attraction, etc., if you can see it, you can be it or manifest it. You can see it, be it, or have it. Is that what it is? And as much as we are discouraged by society to follow our dreams, it's imperative for you to do so. In fact, it came up upright. So it's like there is something in the works. There is something big being built. And kind of the most difficult step in all of this is to see that vision, to have that dream, whatever it is, and then to move forward on it, right? Beaver has such undying faith in the universe, knowing that if they have a vision of it, the universe is going to provide the resources for it. The universe isn't going to give you a vision, give you an idea, give you inspiration, and then say, psych, just kidding. if you are inspired, if you have an idea, if you have a vision or whatever, that is the universe showing you a glimpse of the future, and the universe will give you everything you need to make that vision come true. And Beaver has such undying faith in that concept that his teeth never stop growing. He doesn't worry about running out of resources. He knows that if he sees a dam in his mind, that the universe is going to provide those damn trees, right? That there's going to be enough resources. So his teeth don't need to stop growing because he's always going to be using them. So trust that. I actually have a beaver tooth on one of my, I do a lot of kind of shamanic crafts and stuff. And I have a thing for my business, Perching with Studios. Hi, Moon Honey! I was wondering if you were going to be here tonight. Welcome. I have a beaver tooth on one of, here, let me grab it. So this is one of the other things I do besides just my readings and such. I just get inspired to do these crafts. And this is kind of, I don't know what you would call it, talisman for my business, Perching with Studios. And it's a bison bow, a bison rib bow, which is a ceremonial bow for dancing and stuff, in Lakota ceremonies and stuff. I'm not Lakota, but I was inspired to do these things. And so right at the front of the bow is this other little crescent, this other little bow, and that is a beaver tooth. You can kind of see the sharp end right there. It's right in front because this is my dream, this is my passion, this is my business, and my business is me, right? I don't provide products or whatever. I am my business. I am what I have to offer. And so the beaver tooth at the front is the reminder of believing in my dreams, believing that I wouldn't have been given this calling if, hey Sylvia, I know, right? It's like a big crescent moon and a little crescent moon. I wouldn't have the gumption or the passion for what I do unless I was meant to do it. And so that beaver tooth is to remind me to trust the vision, to trust my inspiration, to trust my dreams, that they are the compass, that they are the pathfinder, that and it never stops. So that is why the beaver tooth is forefront on my bow. And the thing about beaver medicine as well, like beaver builds dams, beaver builds lodges, right? Because that's what he's born to do. That is his passion. That is his purpose in life, right? So all he's just following his dreams. He's just doing what he does. He's following his vocation, his calling. But by doing that, by answering that calling, by doing what feels right to him, everything he does benefits everyone else in the woodland. He's not doing it for them, but everything he does benefits the entire woodland, right? The dam creates water features that makes the woods, it creates marshes for the animals that need marshes, that live in the marshes, the bogs, etc. Creates more water features for animals to have more resources for drinking, etc., and for those animals that live in the water. It makes the woods more resilient against forest fires, and that perfect. I'm glad it resonates with you. It's like you have ideas that other people would never even conceive of, right? You see things that other people don't. That's your gift. And by utilizing that gift and doing it just because it feels right, just because it feels good to you, it makes you feel fulfilled. Everything you do benefits everyone around you. It's like like ripples on the beaver pond, right? It hits every point in the pond. It affects everybody. Um, and beaver's greatest accomplishment actually is the lodge. If you think about the lodge, it's impenetrable. Its foundation is solidly rooted in the earth, in the mud and such at the bottom of the pond, and it rises up above the water line, right? So it's this connection of um, I see. That's perfect. You notice the tiniest things and you solve problems. That's exactly what you are. I just got chills. That's your role. And by doing that, so like the beaver dam, so you're connected to the air, right? It's like earth, air, and water. And oh, I love that. I never thought of that before. So you've got the earth. Your foundation is in the earth, solid. You're peeking out. You're in the water, and you're peeking out above the water toward the sky. So you got air, water, and earth. And inside the lodge is the hearth, the heart, the fire, the love. It's like in the middle of this topsy-turvy, watery world, you provide a place for others and for yourself to come in to get dry, warm, to eat, whatever. It's like it's filled with love, with warmth, with safety, right? Um, a grizzly bear cannot get through a beaver lodge. It's impenetrable. In fact, if humans, to move them or to get rid of them, humans have to use dynamite. They can't just take them apart. They have to use dynamite to blast them. They're that well built. And so by just following your own course, by following your own path, your own dreams, your own passions, you automatically benefit everyone around you, and you provide this place of warmth, of dryness, of stability in this topsy-turvy world. You, by putting these things together, putting the puzzle pieces together, you help other people feel more stable and feel more of that purpose and that meaningfulness of life, okay? So always trust your dreams. Know that that is one of the purposes that you came. That's like your superpower. And it's not, a lot of times I know personally, like I have a tendency too to see things that others don't. And I'm like, oh, I can't say that. People are going to think I'm stupid or they're going to laugh or whatever. But it's your job to point those things out. You're the wayfinder. You're the one who connects things and puts them together in practical terms that people can understand. Okay? So, go do it. Trust yourself. Trust your visions. They are worth more than anything anyone else says to you. Don't ask opinions of others. Don't ask for permission of others. Just do it. Just move forward. Oh my God, you are so welcome. That makes me feel good. You're in the middle of a career change. So that's perfect. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Do what you need to do to survive, but prioritize the well-being of your heart. and you will help the most people that way, including yourself. Okay? Oofda. All right, so that was our 5 readings, our 5 individual readings. Now we are going to take those 5 cards and put them together for a community reading. And so while I am shuffling through looking for those cards, you are so welcome, Darrow or Bob. Darrow and or Bob. You're so very welcome. I am so glad to be able to help. That is like the greatest payment I get is helping. So as I am shuffling through looking for the cards that were pulled earlier, I've got a couple of plugs, right? Little information. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That helps me out. It helps other people find me, apparently. And of course, if you enjoy this, please share far and wide. Especially if someone is needing some guidance or something, just, you can share the video and tell them to choose a number between 1 and 5 and see what I say, and that somehow it will pertain to them. And if you would like to work with me personally or schedule, if you enjoy my readings and such, and you want to schedule an entire reading one-on-one with me, you can check out my website, perchingwolfstudios.net, and you can learn more about me there. You can see the different shamanic services I offer, and you can set up a session with me right from my website. And I've had kind of a love-hate relationship with my schedule. It kind of takes you to my scheduling site. But if something is wonky or if there's a different time you want or something, you can contact me through my website as well. There's a contact thing. You can just contact me and ask for a different time or whatever. We will work something out. And also, if you enjoy these or you would just like to support your friendly neighborhood shaman, my PayPal and Venmo links are in the description under this video. This is my day job. This is how I make ends meet. This is how I keep a roof over my kitty's head and food in her little tummy. So anything you give is greatly, greatly appreciated. And on that note, coming up on Thursday this week, August 4th, I'm going to be doing, I haven't done this for a while, but things have gotten a little bit tight this month. So I'm needing a little extra to make sure I get my rent paid and such. So I am doing a shamanathon. 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 Thursday from 2 to 4. It's going to be on my Facebook page, Facebook Live. And using my Venmo or my PayPal, anybody that gives me anything, it could be $1, it could be $1,000, anything in between. Anyone who donates gets either a reading, a healing, or a teaching. You can choose either a 3-card reading with the medicine cards, 5 minutes of energy healing, or you can ask a question if you've got some. Oh, it's Pacific Standard Time. I always forget, I try to remember to say that. It's 2 to 4 o'clock Pacific Time. I'm in the Seattle area. So 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific Time. And you can pay ahead of time if you want to watch. You don't have to pay to watch, but anyone who pays gets a reading or a healing or a teaching. And what was I going to say? You can actually pay that day if you want to, if but so you can send me something on Venmo or PayPal, and like maybe in the notes say Shamanathon. Oh, awesome, Moon Honey. I've got the event on my Facebook page, on both of them, my Perching Wolf Facebook page and then my personal one too. So the picture is me with the two Manamana puppets, because I am a am I a man or am I a Muppet? If I'm a Muppet, then I'm a very manly Muppet. If I'm a Muppet, no, am I a man, Muppet, or am I a man? If I am a man, then I'm a Muppety man. Oh, something. I am a Muppety man. Okay, we have our cards, so we did the individual readings to see what our individual messages were. I put them together in order, and here is what we've got. So if you come to me for a personal one-on-one reading, this is the spread I use. It's basically the medicine wheel. So you've got the 4 directions: east, south, west, north, and then center. And I'm not sure, like on my phone, I don't know if I'm in the mirror mode or the real mode. So if it doesn't jive, this is east, south, west, and north. And so I always start in the east because the east is air. And the east is where the sun rises. So that's the dawn. So I always like to start. So east is air. So that is the mental realm. And so we have Jaguar over here. Integrity, power, vision, knowing who we are. What's interesting is then we have, if we jump across to the west is water, so that's like the emotional realm. And by the way, it's like 4 out of 5 cards are upright. 4 out of 5 cards are facing the same direction. You know, whether they're reversed or upright doesn't matter, but the fact that we have 4 cards in the same direction is outside the law of averages. And so even without the context of the cards, this is pretty profound as it is. And to me, I always see this as a thumbs up from the universe to let you know that you're in the right place at the right time. And so we have our integrity. We know who we are. We can see who we really are. But if we jump across to the west, which is the emotions, it's like emotionally, we've got Mountain Lion in reverse. We can see who we're meant to be, but we have a harder time feeling it. We have a hard time actually identifying. And so I know personally when this happens for me, it can be kind of like, this can be a sense of, see, I'm just crappy, I'm lazy, I'm worthless because I know what I'm capable of, and I'm nowhere near that, right? And if we're looking at the group thing, like our community, our global community, our family community, our reading community, whatever, it's like we're all in the ship where we can see what's possible, but at the moment, we're having a hard time seeing our way there. We're having a hard time embodying that. We think that it's like we're coming from a place of more linear thinking that we have to achieve this, that we have to do something to earn that this is going to be sacrifice, that we have to, climb up the mountain to get to the top to achieve this. But the fact is, it's the fact that these are both large cats is interesting because it's like, we're already this. We don't have to earn it. We don't have to sacrifice. We don't have to blood, sweat, and tears. We are already this. It may take us some time to find our voices, to set those boundaries, those healthy boundaries, to be that fiery cat in order to realize this, but it's coming. The fact that, like I said, there's 4 cards upright, it's like this is just in reverse because this is where we are right now. It's not fully realized yet. It's not fully manifested yet, but this is where we are. And this is, I mean, if you look at the world, it's kind of like this is that back and forth, you know, what's right, what's wrong, what's, you know, where do we stand? What do I believe? Um, and so this is kind of that wrestling match that's going on in the collective consciousness and the collective conscience, right? Because we know what we're capable of being, but we're still mucking through cynicism and disbelief and thinking that this could be just a pipe dream and it's not realizable or whatever. But the fact that we know something is wrong. I don't really like using that word, but knowing that where we are right now is not where we want to be. This is not comfortable, right? And the fact that that's not comfortable means that is this giving us a voice. If we were meant to live in the world as it is right now, it would be comfortable, it would be supportive, it would be nourishing, but it is not. And the fact that we are feeling that discontent, that disillusionment, the disillusionment is not the end game. The cynicism is not the end game. Those feelings are meant to be the driving force to bring this forward. I just realized that my phone's doing something weird. Okay, there we go. And so this is who we already are. We just need to believe it. And then if we move to the south, south is fire. So that is the place of passion, of action, right? And with elk down here, it's like it's not even a question of if we achieve this, if we become our best selves. It's a matter of when, because we've already got the momentum going. We've already outlasted the worst of the wolves. We're coming out of that. We're raising consciousness, we're raising our frequency, we're raising the awareness of the worthiness of every single person alive on the planet. We're more tuned in than we ever have, the antenna of those antlers, right? And spirit is carrying us forward. We're already there. It's not a matter of if. It's like we've got the momentum going, and it's a given that we're going to get there, right? And if we jump up to the north, north is earth, so that's kind of the practical, physical realm. And up here we have Grandmother Spider, the weaver, the creator, realizing, so in this struggle back and forth with this, and the momentum we're building, part of that is coming with the awareness that we are the ones that we've been waiting for. No one else is coming to save us, that we have all the power, all the vision, all the abilities to make a brand new world, to make a world that, like I just mentioned, is soothing, it's nurturing, it's supportive. Think of Star Trek, right? This world where everyone is allowed to live to their highest potential and are allowed to follow their hearts to whatever calls them. And by like I said earlier, by doing nothing, Nothing is left undone. If we leave things to the natural forces, the natural cycles, the natural unfolding of the planet as one being, everything gets done without effort because we've already got that energy going. And so we can do with that energy and create the world any way we want to. And if we create, and this is, it's not a one and done type thing, right? We're going to make mistakes. We're going to connect to things that aren't supportive. So then our job is to notice that, to cut that thread, and to connect it to something that does work. But we have infinite possibilities. And the power is within us to work together to create a world, to create that web that supports everybody, right? So then we come to the center card, the hub of the wheel that connects all of these. And it's really about, think about all of the rallies, all the people that are calling for human rights, for decency, all of those things. You can look at all those. I was just talking to someone about this the other day. You can look at those things and get discouraged because all these bad things are happening and we're having to like stand up and it seems hopeless. The fact is, like I said, if that was normal, we wouldn't even notice it. But the fact that there are so many voices being raised right now, so much energy going toward creating this better world, you can trust that that rise of awareness and that rise of heart, of joy, of unity is the groundswell that is birthing this world. And so I heard somewhere one time that it only takes like one person with vision in order to focus the energy of the masses into creation. And so right now is the important part for those of us who are visionaries, those of us who can see a future, to speak out, to express ourselves, to build, to be the change you want to see in the world, right? And, there's all of us with different visions, different talents, different propensities, and it's for each of us in our community to follow the heart toward those places, to follow those breadcrumbs, and to make true our vision, to create that lodge that can include the entire world, where everyone is taken care of, where everyone is safe, where everyone is loved and cared for and fed. No matter what happens on the outside, there's always that hearth of humanity to draw from. So don't be discouraged if you don't feel this yet. Every step to this is this. Like one of my greatest teachers was this nun, Sister Agnes, who was my first grade and fourth grade teacher in Catholic school. But she always said, all the way to heaven is heaven. So just the fact that we're not here yet, we are there. We're carrying that with us. This comes from outside, from inside of us, not from forces outside of us. This comes from each of us weaving our own greatest self. And together we make those dams to create abundance, to create the lodges where everyone is safe, taken care of. And so even though we're not there yet, we are. That every step of the way is there. So that is what I see, and I apologize. We have been here for a little over. Yeah, Sylvia, sorry that yours was the only verse. I hope you get to go back. I don't know if you were here during that, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Well, thank you, Jesus Christ, Son of Man. saying I look exactly like John Lennon? Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer. Everything I just said is exact, like pretty John Lennon-esque, I guess, dreamer, but it's real. Um, Thanks, Sylvia. So that's the way I see that. And I hope that resonated with you. I hope if you don't necessarily feel it, that you can at least see it, that you can see the possibility of what is in store for us. So that is our readings for tonight. Before I forget, grab my drum. I'm going to run through those plugs real quick again. If you haven't already, please subscribe. But I'm not the only one. I love John Lennon. Subscribe to my channel. Please share my videos far and wide if there's people who you think may benefit. If you want to work with me, check out my website, perchingwolfstudios.net. You can set up a session right from there. What else? If you would like to support your friendly neighborhood shaman, if you got something from this and want to reciprocate, I have my PayPal and Venmo links in the description under the video. And as a bonus, if you would like a little bit more, I am doing on Thursday, August 4th from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. I'm doing my shamanathon. I won't go in. I won't. Okay. Anyway, and anyone between now and then, or even that day, contributes to anything to my PayPal or Venmo, be $1, it could be $1,000, whatever. Anyone who contributes gets the choice of either a 3-card reading, a 5-minute energy healing, or a question that gets answered. Is it August? Oh, wait, we're the 3rd today. Yes, August 6th. I'm sorry, I said it wrong earlier. August 6th, Thursday, from 2 to 4 Pacific time. Thank you. Thank you, Moon Honey. I told you it's been a weird day. Yes, so join me. I would love to see you there. If you want to just watch, you don't have to pay. You might get something from the readings. You can get something from the healings, whatever. But anyone that gives anything, it's a reciprocity thing. I'm a little bit tight right now, so I could use a little bit of extra. So I want to give something to receive something. So join me for that if you feel like it. Otherwise, I hope to see you again next week. And until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, that I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and go shining. Oh, wait. I have my drum in my hand for a reason. I need to release our sacred space. Hold, please. Sorry. All right. Spirits of the earth, spirits of the air, spirits of the fire, spirits of the water, spirits of the upper world, spirits of the lower world, compassionate spirits of the middle world, the Fae, the spirits of the land, the ancestors of the land. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for holding us in your love and your light. Our work for now is done, but you are always welcome in our circles. Thank you for welcoming us into yours. Oh, all right. Our sacred space is released. So again, until I see you again, know that I love you, that I see you, that I honor you. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and go shining.